Hello, it's Christmas '97, and I wanted to read some stories for my children, grandchildren, and anybody else who wants to hear. I wanted to read about a character, Brer Rabbit. I've read to my children for a number of years, and now it's the grandchildren's turn. But before we talk about Brer Rabbit from the book that I had when I was a child, about 3 or 4, I wanted to read a few notes from another book about Brer Rabbit. People will talk, and as long as they do, they'll tell each other stories. The origin of these stories about Brer Rabbit is complex and uncertain. Whatever their history, we know the tales were told by black slaves in the American South, who came to the United States against their will with little besides the words in their mouths. These stories were first told aloud to the whole community, and the light-hearted mischief in them has great appeal to all ages. Nowhere will you find a better example of pluck and cleverness triumphing over brute strength. When Joel Chandler Harris, a Georgia newspaperman, collected and recorded these tales in the late 1800s, they were very popular. Harris took great care to present the stories in the dialect of 19th century black storytellers. In his book, Uncle Remus, His Stories and Sayings, Harris created a character named Uncle Remus, an elderly black plantation slave who told stories about Brer Rabbit and his friends to a little white boy. Harris has been both applauded and deeply criticized for his portrayal of life in the Old South, but the lessons in these stories are universal, and there are few corners in life that they do not illuminate. Tempered by hardship and nourished by hope, these tales are a testament to the belief that no one can be wholly owned by those if he does not wish it. The first I wanted to cover is perhaps the most famous, and that's about Brer Rabbit and the Tar Baby. One day, Brer Fox and Brer Bear was sitting around the woods talking about the way Brer Rabbit was always cutting up capers and acting so fresh. "Brer Rabbit's getting too sassy," says Brer Fox. "Brer Rabbit, he's getting too bossy," said Brer Bear. "Brer Rabbit don't mind his own business," said Brer Fox. "Brer Rabbit talk too biggity," said Brer Bear. "I don't like the way Brer Rabbit go prancing clippity-clop down the road," said Brer Fox. "Someday I'm gonna catch Brer Rabbit and pull out his mustaches prippity-prop," said Brer Bear. "Someday I'm gonna catch Brer Rabbit and knock his head clean off. Blam, blam." Right then Brer Fox get a powerful big idea. "I'm going to catch Brer Rabbit now," he say. Well, sir, Brer Fox went straight to work. First he got some tar, then he put it in a shape, sort of like a baby, with arms and legs, a stomach and a head. "Now, we got to make this tar baby look real." With that, he pulled some hairs, clip, clip, right from out of Brer Bear's back and stuck them in the tar baby's head. He snatched off Brer Bear's green hat and his own yeller coat, and he put them on the tar baby. "Come now, Brer Bear," he said, "help me carry this tar baby to the big road where Brer Rabbit's sure to come hopping along." They took the tar baby and they sat him down under a tree at the side of the road, sort of like he might have been resting. Then Brer Fox and Brer Bear, they lay down in the bushes to wait for Brer Rabbit. They didn't have to wait for long. Pretty soon they heard a whistling and a humming, and along come Brer Rabbit, prancing lippity-clippity, sassy as a mockingbird. All at once he spied Tar Baby. "Howdy," sing Brer Rabbit. Tar Baby, he don't say nothing. Brer Fox and Brer Bear, they lay low in the bushes and they say nothing. Brer Rabbit wait for the Tar Baby to answer, and then he say louder than before, "What the matter with you? I said howdy do. Is you deaf? If you is, I can holler louder." The Tar Baby, he say nothing. Brer Fox and Brer Bear, they lay low. Then Brer Rabbit hollered at the Tar Baby loud as he can, "What's your politeness? Ain't you got to say howdy like respectable folks when they meet up on the road?" The Tar Baby, he say nothing. Brer Fox and Brer Bear, they lay low. Now Brer Rabbit's sort of mad. He clenched his fist and he walked right up close to the Tar Baby If you don't say howdy by the time I count 3, I'm going to blip you in the nose. Brer Rabbit, he start counting. 1, 2, but the tar baby, he say nothing. Brer Fox and Brer Bear, they just winked their eyes and grinned. 3, yelled Brer Rabbit. Now he mighty mad. He draw back his fist and blip. He hit the tar baby smack in the nose. Brer Rabbit's fist stuck in the tar, and he can't pull it loose. Now Brer Rabbit terrible mad. Let go my fist, he hollered. With that he draw back his other fist and blipped. Again he hit the tar baby smack in the nose. But this fist stuck there in the tar too. He can't pull it loose. The tar baby, he say nothing. Brer Fox and Brer Bear, they sort of chuckle in their stomachs. If you don't let go my fist, I'm going to kick your teeth right in your mouth. Well, sir, Brer Rabbit kicked. First he pulled back one behind foot and pow! He hit the tar baby in the jaw. Brer Rabbit's behind foot stuck in the tar. Then pow! He hit the tar baby with the other behind foot. And his foot stuck in the tar too. If you don't let go of my behind foot, I'm going to butt you with my head till you ain't got no breath left in your body. Brer Rabbit, he butted his head and it stuck into tar. Now Brer Rabbit's 2 fists, his 2 behind foots, and his head was all stuck into tar baby. He pushed and he pulled, but he tried to get unstuck, the stucker up he got. Soon Brer Rabbit is so stuck up he can't scarcely move his eyeballs. Now Brer Fox and Brer Bear come out the bushes and they feeling mighty good. They dancing round and round Brer Rabbit, laughing and hollering fit to kill. We sure catch this time, Brer Rabbit, say Brer Fox. You better say your prayers, Brer Rabbit, said Brer Bear, 'cause this is the very last day of your life. Brer Rabbit, he shivered and he trembled 'cause he was mighty bad fixed and he was mighty scared. But right then he set his mind to working how he gonna get himself out of that fix real quick. Brer Rabbit, said Brer Bear, you been bouncing around this neighborhood bossing everybody for a long time. Now I'm the boss, and I'm going to knock your head clean off. No, said Brer Fox, that's too easy and too quick. We got to make him suffer. Brer Rabbit, you've been sassing me, sticking your head into my business for years and years. Now I got you, I'm going to fix you up a great big fire. Then when it's good and hot, I'm going to drop you in and roast you right here this very day. Now, Brer Rabbit ain't really scared anymore, 'cause he got an idea how he's going to get loose. But he talked like he's the most scared rabbit in all this world. I don't care what you do with me, he said, presenting to shake and quake all over. Just so long you don't fling me over these bushes in that briar patch. Roast me as hot as you please, but don't fling me in that briar patch. Hold on a minute, said Brer Bear, tapping Brer Fox on the shoulder. It's going to be a lot of trouble to roast Brer Rabbit. First we'll have to fetch a big pile of kindling wood. Brer Fox, he scratched his head. Well, that's so. Well then, Brer Rabbit, I'm going to hang you. Well, hang me just as high as you please, said Brer Rabbit, but please, please don't fling me in the briar patch. It's going to be a lot of trouble to hang Brer Rabbit, said Brer Bear. First, to have to fetch a big long rope. Yeah, that's so, said Brer Fox. Well then, Brer Rabbit, I'm going to drown you. Well, drown me just as deep as you please, said Brer Rabbit, but please, please don't fling me in the briar patch. It's going to be a lot of trouble to drown Brer Rabbit, said Brer Bear. First we'll have to carry him way down the river. Well, that's so, said Brer Fox. Well, Brer Rabbit, I expect the best way is to skin you. Come on, Brer Rabbit, let's get started. Well, skin me, said Brer Rabbit. Pull out my ears, snatch off my legs, and chop off my tail. But please, 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 Brer Fox and Brer Bear, don't fling me into the briar patch. Now Brer Bear, he shortly grumbled. Oh, wait a minute, Brer Fox. It ain't going to be much fun to skin Brer Rabbit, 'cause he ain't scared of being skinned. But he sure is scared of that briar patch, said Brer Fox. And that's just where he's going to go. This is the end of Brer Rabbit. And with that, he yanked Brer Rabbit off the tar baby and he flung him kerblam right in the middle of the briar patch. Well, sir, there was a considerable flood in the place where Brer Rabbit stuck those briar bushes. Ow! Ooh! Ow! She yelled. He screeched and he squealed a ruckus and the hullabaloo was awful. Then by and by, the ooh and the ow and the ouch came up only a weak, tired whisper like Brer Rabbit really going to die. Brer Fox and Brer Bear, they listen and grin. And then they shake their hands and they slap each other on the back. Brer Rabbit ain't gonna be sassy no more. Brer Rabbit ain't gonna be bossy no more. Brer Rabbit ain't gonna be nothing no more. This the end. Brer Rabbit is dead. But right then, Brer Fox and Brer Bear, they hear scuffling amongst the leaves way at the other end of the briar patch. And lo and behold, who do they see scrambling out from the briars, frisky as a cricket, but Brer Rabbit himself. Brer Rabbit whistling and singing and combing the last bit of tar out of his mustaches with a piece of the briar bush. Howdy, Brer Fox and Brer Bear, he hollered. I told you, and I told you not to fling me in that briar patch. That's the place in all this world I love the very best. That briar patch is the place where I was born. And with that he pranced away, lippity-clippity, laughing and laughing till he can't laugh no more. So, let's find another one. What's another color? It wasn't always that Brer Rabbit was fancy. Sometimes his tricks kind of backfired on him. And this one, he comes out okay, but he has a little problem along the way where his smart aleckiness got him in a little more trouble than he should have been. This is called the Will-o'-the-Wisp. The Will-o'-the-Wisp. I'm tired of eating cabbages, said Brer Rabbit one morning, and I'm tired of carrots, asparagus, and beans. I'd like to sink my teeth into something sweet. With that, he took a notion to run over to Brer Bear's house to see what there they had to eat. Whilst he was lippity-clipping along on his way, lo and behold, who should he meet up with but Brer Bear himself. Miss Bear, she was strolling beside him, and shuffling right behind was their two children, Cubs and Clibs. Howdy, say Brer Rabbit, making a bow real polite. Howdy, say Brer Bear and Mrs. Bear, howdy and just as polite. Then Cubs and Clibs, they say howdy and they bow too. Brer Rabbit, he sat down in his hunkers till they passed by. He think, that Bear family is round and fat as a dish of butterballs. They must have something sweet and tasty in their pantry cupboard, and I'm going to have a lick of it right now. Now Brer Rabbit, he'd take a shortcut through the bushes and he'd get to Brer Bear's house while there ain't nobody there. He'd walk in the front door and he'd begin shuffling and sniffling around. He'd peep in here and he'd poke in there, nibble a little of this and nibble a little of that. Then all at once he spied a bucket of honey way up on a high shelf. Brer Rabbit, he'd smack his lips, he starts scrambling up and he'd make a grab for that honey bucket. When, pow, it came tumbling down. That honey sloshed all over him just a little more and he'd have been drowned. From the top of his ears to the tip of his tail, he was just dripping with gooey, gluey honey. Brer Rabbit, he licked up a big mouthful, and then he asked himself, what'll I do now? If I stay in here, Brer Bear will come back and catch me. But I'm ashamed to go outside anywhere and let these other creatures see me all stuck up like this. For mercy sakes, what will I do? Well, by and by, Brer Rabbit, he opened the door and sneak out. Now, of course, the honey make his foot sort of slippery, and the first thing you know, right there in Brer Bear's front yard, he fall down. He roll over in the leaves, and the leaves, they stick to him. He kick and he scuff, and the more he scuff to knock 'em off, the more they stick to him. 'Twa'n't long before he was covered all over with leaves. Then he stand up and try to shake 'em off, but they still stick. And with every shake he make, the leaves, they go wishy, swishy, splishy, splashy. And by the time Brer Rabbit, he was the scariest looking and the scariest sounding creature you ever laid your eyes on. While he was standing there figuring out what to do next, who should happen to come sauntering by but old Sis Cow. No sooner did she catch sight of Brer Rabbit and those leaves that she set up a howl and off she galloped, a mooing and a booing like she'd seen a ghost. Brer Rabbit, he kind of laughed. Now who should come flopping down out the air but Brer Turkey Buzzard. He take just one look at Brer Rabbit, and then he flap his wings and he yank himself right up in the air again, screeching and squalling till he was way up out of sight somewhere in the clouds. And this made Brer Rabbit laugh some more. He began to be mighty pleased about being such a scary-looking creature, and he feel like cutting up. And just then he saw Brer Fox come strutting along, swinging his fancy walking cane. Brer Rabbit, he chuckled. He jumped out the middle of the road, and he gave himself a big shake. Swishy, swish, splishy, splashy. Then he kind of sing-song, low and mysterious. I'm the Willie-de-Wust, and you're the one I'm after. I think I'll skin you just for fun. You better run, 'cause I'm the Willie-de-Wust, and you're the one I'm after. Well, sir, run was just what that fox done do. He dropped his fancy walking cane and off he raced into the woods. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, oh, he yelled, and leaping straight through the bushes. Now Brer Rabbit, he feels so sassy he wanted to scare everybody in the neighborhood. I'll wait here and I'll scare the Bear family when they get back from their walk, he chuckled. I'll scare 'em all, the whole kit caboodle. And with that, he sat down to wait in the shade of a tree till the Bear family came by. Pretty soon, he got to feeling sort of drowsy, and the next thing you know, he dozed off. Well, while he was dozing in the shade, the sun moved around a bit, till by and by, Brer Rabbit wasn't dozing in the shade no more. He was dozing right in the hot, sizzling sun. And the sun had dried up the honey that was all covering Brer Rabbit, and the leaves that were sticking to him, and the honey all dropped off. Now Brer Rabbit, he don't look like a scary creature no more. He just looked like himself. But of course he'd been asleep. Brer Rabbit don't know this. The first thing you know, he hear the trumping up the big heavy foots of the Bear family coming right toward the porch. Brer Rabbit, he jump up quick. Thought he was going to scare him again. He leap out from under the tree and he start to moan. I'm the Willie-de-Wist, and you're the one I'm after. I think I'll skin you just for fun. You better run, 'cause I'm the Willie-de-Wist, and you're the ones I'm after. Bear family, they kind of stare at Brer Rabbit with their mouths open. Then Brer Bear, he bust out laughing. Willie-de-Wust? What in the name of goodness is you muttering about, Brer Rabbit? And what's that dried up stuff all over you? You're the frowsiest looking creature I ever did see. Brer Rabbit, he looked down and he see that the leaves that was covering him was all gone. And just at that minute, Brer Bear, he see that his front door was wide open and that Brer Rabbit's sticky footprints was on the porch. Brer Bear, he growled, Why, you been resting around in my honey, you scoundrel. Brer Bear, he reached out to make a grab for Brer Rabbit. But Brer Bear ain't much to move very fast, and Brer Rabbit was already scooting out to the faster than a streak of lightning. He scooted way off to the edge of the river, and then he squat down and he looked at himself in the water. Well, maybe I ain't the scariest critter in all this earth, but I was the smartest and the fastest, and I surely had the most fun. And with that, he started washing off the dried up honey in the clear, cool water, till pretty soon he was all slicked up, brand new. Okay. Action, yeah. Oh, that's it? Okay, that was a good start. Well, left Brer Rabbit, he was feeling pretty good about himself after he got away from the Bear family, stealing the honey. One day after that, he was sitting under a tree and says, in all this world, he was bragging, there ain't no critter dares to lay his paws on me. I'm safe. I can go wheresoever, howsoever I please. And this Brer Rabbit did. Every morning, as soon as it shocked the dew off his tail, off he'd go, pranking around the neighborhood without a thought in his head about being catched. It wasn't long before Brer Rabbit began to grow a bit careless. Well, one afternoon, he happened to feel sort of tired. So all by his own lone self, he hopped off to the woods to take a little nap. He lay down right in the broad open daytime, and he snooze and he snooze. But he don't know exactly how long he snoozed, but by and by he hear a mumbling and a muttering close behind him. Brer Rabbit, he wiggled his nose, he opened up his eye just a slip, and lo and behold, he see that he ain't in the woods no more. He's somewhere way down in the dark insides of a cave. There's a fire crackling in the darkness and popping out red sparks. Brer Rabbit, he stretched his eyes wide open. He looked to one side, and who does he see gnashing his shiny, sharp teeth but the last person on this earth he want to see, that meanest of all persons, Brer Fox. He looked to the other side, and who does he see grinning right down in his face but the next meanest person of all, Brer Bear. Brer Rabbit, he's so scared his heart go flippity-flop. Now he looked at himself, and what does he see but a great big rope tied all round him, all the way from his foots to his chin. Worse than that, he's tied up tight like a stick, like an ear of green corn, all ready to roast. But Brer Rabbit, he's not feeling high and mighty anymore. Brer Rabbit's so scared the chills go running down his back all the way out to the end of his little bobtail. Brer Fox, he leaned down close to Brer Rabbit and snarled his teeth. "I catched you this time, Brer Rabbit. I catched you for sure." He twisted the rope tight around Brer Rabbit's neck. He tied it in a knot. And then he winked at Brer Bear. "Look, Brer Bear, I'm going to make this little rabbit a bow necktie." Now he jerked the rope. Whoop! Brer Rabbit's breath come quick. His neck is almost squoze up. Brer Bear, he laughed. "You look mighty slick in that bow tie, Brer Rabbit. You's all dressed up for dinner." "My dinner," said Brer Fox. He licked his chops. "My dinner too, said Brer Bear, smacking his lip. "Take a look at that fire, Brer Rabbit. That's where we're going to roast you. We're going to roast you right now." Brer Rabbit, he see the red-hot fires leaping up from the fire, and he's scared most out of his skin. If ever there was a time he had to work his mind fast, that was right then. He work it, and by and by, he'd fetch him just the right idea. Well, sir, Brer Rabbit, he opened his mouth and he laughed out loud. "Ha ha 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 ha!" Brer Fox and Brer Bear, they so astonished they looked at each other like they was struck dumb. Brer Fox, he cleared up his throat. Well, maybe you didn't hear me, Brer Rabbit. I said we're going to roast you." Brer Rabbit laughed some more. "I guess you don't understand," hollered Brer Bear. "We said we was going to roast you on this burning fire. That's nothing to laugh at. You ought to be scared." Brer Rabbit, he laughed some more. "I heard you say you're going to roast me." "But why are you laughing?" asked Brer Fox. "Excuse me, Brer Fox, but I just can't help laughing because I just been to my laughing place." "Laughing place? What's a laughing place?" "Oh, it's a secret place I know about," said Brer Rabbit. A secret place," Brer Fox grumbled himself. "I'd sort of like to know about that secret place. Tell me what 'tis, Brer Rabbit. Don't you sassy me. Tell me what 'tis, very minute." But Brer Rabbit, he just laughed some more and some more and some more, and then he said, "I can't tell you exactly what 'tis. I'd have to show you. But how can I show you when you got me all tied up like this?" Now the laughs come so hard to Brer Rabbit, he looked like he's going to shake his jawbone loose. Brer Fox and Brer Bear, they watch him, and they get curiouser and curiouser to know what that secret laughing place is. They go off to the corner of the cave, and they whisper together. And then they come back. "Brer Rabbit," said Brer Fox, shaking his paw right smack in Brer Rabbit's face, "we want you to take us to that secret laughing place of yours. But soon as we see what 'tis, and where 'tis, back you come into this cave. Then we'll hurry up with the roasting." With that, they take Brer Rabbit down from the stick. They unwind the rope, but they keep him tied to one end. Then they start off. Brer Fox and Brer Bear, they march along sort of serious-like, laughing and holding on tight to the rope. Brer Rabbit, he lead the way to the woods, prancing and dancing like being tied to a rope was a fine lot of fun. By and by, they got to the place where there was a big hickory tree with sort of holler place in the trunk. When Brer Rabbit see that, he start to laugh again, and the hee-haws come busting out of his mouth so fast he can't scarcely stand on his foots. "There 'tis," he yelled, pointing to the tree. "There's my laughing place right there." "I don't see nothing to laugh at," said Brer Fox. "Nor me," said Brer Bear. "I don't feel funny at all." "You will," said Brer Rabbit. "Stand up closer to the holler in the tree, then poke your heads way, way down inside." Well, Brer Fox and Brer Bear, they did exactly that. But it didn't make them feel exactly funny. Brer Fox let out a howl. "Youch! Youch!" squalled Brer Bear. Then out from the tree come both their heads, and out come 100,000 bumblebees. They swarm around Brer Fox and Brer Bear. They sting 'em, they bite 'em like they was going to tear their hides clean off. Brer Fox and Brer Bear, they whack 'em and they whack 'em, and they forget to hold on to Brer Rabbit's rope. They forget everything except battling those bees and getting away. By and by, the bees got tired and they go away. Now Brer Fox and Brer Bear sat down to catch their breath. Their heads was all swell up, their eyes was squinched up tight, and they was mighty mad. And just then from the bushes right behind them, they hear a sort of snicker. Brer Rabbit. Brer Bear, he foam at the mouth. Brer Fox, he chomp his teeth. "Why, you slinking low down there, whatchamacallem, you said this was a laughing place." "I said it was my laughing place," sing out Brer Rabbit. "This is the best laugh I ever had." And with that, he threw back his head and he let out such a whooping big laugh that it echoed all through the woods and down through the gopher tongues under the ground. The birds in the trees to hear him, and they start laughing too, and then the squirrels and the woodchucks and the weasels and the worms, and pretty soon every critter in the woods was laughing fit to kill. All except Brer Fox and Brer Bear. They didn't laugh at all. What's funny to some is not funny to others. But old Brer Rabbit got a little too cocky up front. That's where he got caught in the first place. Okay? That's it.
That's right.
That's it.